Hi guys, welcome to day 42 of grinding it up. I've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is, well, at least for me, I switched my office around a little. So yeah, I sat over here in the previous episodes, and from now on I'll be sitting here, so you'll look the other direction. For me, it's a little bit more comfortable now. I feel a little bit better. Um, got a little bit of a better vibe to it, if I put it this way. Got the light coming from here, from the side. The door is there, so a little bit of a Feng Shui kind of thing, and it works. I mean, for me right now, I'm feeling much better, and I think it's a pretty important aspect to design, or to really focus on having a good workspace environment, to be able to play your best game every time, and to be motivated, to stay motivated. I think that's the main reason for me wanting to switch things up a little from time to time. So yeah, new perspective for me. That's the good news. Bad news is, you can see it already in the graph, I have been downswinging again, and it's grueling. I don't know. I mean, we've been dropping a ton. I mean, we're down at 435 plus 80. This is 515, and we were coming from 6 something, so we dropped $100 again. Well, in terms of buy-ins, 25 on L, it's not that much, so nothing to worry about. It's just 4 stacks. But well, can't really do much right now. Getting a little frustrated, I have to admit, but that's natural. So yeah, let's just get into the grind. I have seen that so many of you guys have posted in the comments that they really enjoyed the two-tabling zoom format, so that's what I'm going to be trying to stick to from now on. Well, I've got another $100 to spend on a 25 an hour shot, a little bit more, 115, and in case we were to lose that money, well, we will have to move back down to 10 NL to maybe 16 NL. If I'm down to 464, I will probably drop to 16 NL and take some more shots over there. So Jack 10 suited. I also turned off the animation, which should increase the speed of my computer a little bit, I hope. So yeah, with Ace Jack, I'm definitely 3-betting for value. I'm betting that 10 on the river. I think he can definitely call now. Maybe with ace high, maybe with like pair of 9s or whatever. Pretty curious to see what he had. Let me have a look. So this guy 4-bets. Nasty spot with ace jack, but definitely nothing we can do about it, I'd guess. So we're just going to fold. Yeah, so my read was pretty much on spot. He had pocket 9s. Getting your reads right is always nice. Pocket 8s against a mid-stacker, a little bit close. I have a guy behind me who have tagged as a recreational player. King Jack, I can both 3-bet or flat. I think flatting is a little bit better, since I can flop good top pair type hands and good bluff catchers. Now he squeezes, so I will have a pretty easy fold, unless this guy calls. Maybe I will consider calling if this guy calls, but mostly I'm going to stick to folding, because calling with pocket pairs out of position against a big squeeze like this is going to be a losing play, because we're only going to continue if we flop an 8. So all we can do is just fold our 8s there. 6s, pretty easy open. With the min raising, I've been experimenting, as you guys saw, and yeah, it went quite well so far, so we're going to stick to it. Again, we've got this mid-stacker. I've got a new color for mid-stackers. Got this yellow color. So, well, pair of 9s, I'm going to check call. Maybe it's a little bit too weak to check call. I might turn it into a bluff now. Not sure if he calls with a king here, but I think I should be at least some of the time turn it into a bluff, as I'm going to lose to something like jacks or 10s, or a better 9 with a better kicker, or yeah, kind of hand like this that would otherwise just fold. Get 3-bet with queen jack, just fold it. The good thing about playing 2 tables of Zoom poker is we have hands all the time that we can talk about. so that's an advantage. Ray actually commented on the last episode and advised me to not shove on the river with video time. Yes, sir. Advised me to not shove with a nut flush, and maybe that's a good point. At these stakes, maybe people are reluctant to call shoves. At higher stakes, a shove might look more bluffy to people. Ace-9 a little bit close to defend here. I'd say Ace-10 is the minimum, so I'm going to fold Ace-9. Yeah, so maybe people are reluctant to call a shove, and it's better to not shove. Instead, just bet a smaller amount, even though it doesn't make too much sense to me. I mean, to me, a shove would be looking more bluffy than a small bet, because who would basically shove on the board with a flush? But then again, people might just think, well, that's a whole lot of money, and this guy has a red spade, and when he shovels a whole lot of money into the pot when there's 3 spades on board and the board is paired, oh my god, he might just have a boat. I'm going to fold. So maybe that's the kind of thinking that goes on there. I don't know, but yeah, I might try it out. And not sure, it might be a recreational player, but these kinds of people, they just look like these mid-stackers to me. This is starting at 25 and L already. I just had no idea. King Jack against a small open, that looks like a regular. Could 3-bet. Against a button open, I'd definitely consider it, but King Jack offsuit doesn't really play well in a 3-bet pot. So, and also we want to play a little bit tighter. We don't want to get too fancy with those hands. Just stick to the solid spots. So yeah, min raise 6-7 on the button, Queen Jack on the button. We get 3-bet again, saving some money there. Getting 3-bet again. Wow, 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 wow. So much 3-betting going on tonight, this morning. Well, I mean, I could 4-bet, but this is just, there's so many different people doing this, so you never know what kind of ranges they play, how they react to 4-bets, or if you can actually profitably flat call. So this is the type of thing that I keep talking about. I just feel like if you start playing back there against an unknown, you'll just find yourself in a lot of different awkward and tough and difficult spots, so I'd rather not do that. So A7, yeah, definitely calling the flop. Flop a pair, turn is 10 of hearts. Bad card for my hand, so I'm going to let it go. Could also consider raising on the flop, but I'd rather raise a hand that doesn't really have so much potential with me having position. Like A7 is a good hand. If I spike an ace, people might be betting that. Just fold, 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 fold. So by not auto rebuying, by not auto topping up. Well, about that downswing, I was gonna say yes, something that contributed to that downswing, but I'm gonna stand up for it. I did a live training session yesterday at IntelliPoker, and that live training session had the topic of playing without the initiative. So what I did was I pretty much limped into every pot. I called raises instead of 3-betting. I didn't bet when I didn't have the initiative. I just wanted to show the guys over there what it means to play without initiative and how bad it can actually get. And well, the point came across, but it was a hell of a losing session. I lost a little bit more than a buy-in, so that may have contributed to that downswing. But then again, I had that other session, and I counted it towards the results. So you know, I just want to be fair and have every session that I play at 25 and L, whether it's in a live training, whether it has a topic or not. I mean, I'm still playing poker, even though I'm playing without the initiative. Still playing poker, and you know, to be fair and to even things out, I just feel like I should stick to noting down these results as well in our graph. Well, it's unfortunate, but we're gonna take it like a real man, right? and we're gonna start grinding it up again. That's what this series is about. King 9 offsuit, a little bit loose. We got this mid stacker, short stack. Yeah, from the button this would be an open, but I think I'm going to fold. Fold, 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 fold. So King 10, also a little bit loose. King 9, I wouldn't be opening here, so King 10 is probably a fold here, and King 10 is an open from the cutoff at the very least. Supernova with half a stack. Seems to be mid stacker. Fold, fold, fold. We need some hands. We definitely need some hands here, guys. Money, money, money. All those setbacks, I mean, they're grueling, yes, and I bet you guys go through a lot more and through a lot worse. Well, I'm going through kind of the same thing at the moment at my stakes, so it's actually the frustrating thing about it right now is that I'm going through these kind of stretches at both my regular stakes and the challenge. If either one of them would be more successful, I would be much more happy. But right now, yeah, we all have to battle frustration in poker. We all have to battle these stretches. But, well, there will be stretches when everything rolls out nicely. Look at this one. Shoo. And if I were to show you my regular graph, you'd see like I had, I don't know, 30 buy-in upswing at 200 NL. It's not really an upswing, but, well, 30 buy-ins was a lot. Going to flat with ace king could also jam, but I just feel like I should keep the worst hands in his 3-betting range there. Well, that's kind of a bad board rollout. He doesn't really represent much to me, so I'm going to check call and then probably check fold on the river if he bets. Well, we have the same hand, so that's alright. Looks like he's bluffing much there. So sometimes in Zoom it can just get crazy, you know. There has been that 30 buy-in upswing, and I think that was close to a 30 buy-in upswing, something like 20 or 25 buy-ins. So definitely something to look out for. Well, 6-5, I'm going to c-bet. He check calls, I pair the 5. When he check calls that flop, I feel like he either has a hand like ace high or a pair, but he's not folding a pair, I don't think, so I'm just going to try and show it down. I think he's going to let me show it down. If he's betting, then I'm pretty certain I'm going to be beat. So can still be value betting hand like pocket sevens here, and I would lose to that. Even though the 5 might be good, I think he's going to check ace X. So pretty happy folding. Ace 2 suited. Suited aces. Can make flush. 7-8 suited. That's a little bit loose with that guy in the small blind because he's so short. So you flop the deuce. Deuce never loose. Well, and now we can actually call. Yeah, that's a pretty nice flop. Unless somebody has king queen. Well, going to bet again here since he can be floating me on that flop, and he can also have flush draws. So we're just gonna bet twice. I'm going to raise pretty big because it's such a coordinated texture. And I'm going to check this river. I don't think we have any more value on that river. So yeah, we're going to bet the turn and then just jam the river. Going to call Jack 10. So bet the flop. He's probably check calling a lot here. Like I could imagine him check calling a 9 or, you know, any pocket pair really. So King 9 a little bit close. Could be a recreational player, so I'm taking the shot. And I'm going to bet this flop. I don't have any showdown value. I mean, I have king high, but I have a gut shot and a little bit of an overcard. So when he check calls this flop, I feel like I should be 3-betting this min raise here. This seems like a recreational player. That was the guy that just made that min 3-bet preflop. Yeah, just trying to take a stab here with my equity and folding the river. It looks like he has a jack or some sort of, I don't know. Shorty, I could both 3-bet, or I think calling is a little bit too close. 3-betting is a little bit too loose. That's really close. It's kind of close. I mean, I could take the shot being in position, maybe attract one of these guys to join along, but it's really a close call. And well, we're definitely calling one, raising here. So he checks turn. So when he bets flop and checks turn, he never has a better hand than me. So we might as well just stick him in and hope that he puts us on a bluff and then just calls with ace king, or makes a stubborn call with something like ace x or whatever. I actually never fear that we're going to be behind here. Even though it's a 2 times pot shove, I feel like if you remember one of these hands where, well, then again, I might have actually, no, I won't fold out anything better there. On the contrary, I feel like I'm value shoving there. But then again, that would contradict the theory that Ray had about people not wanting to call shoves. Well, of course, I'm just going to take it down there. But then again, I feel like I can get value. So I'm not quite decided yet on whether or not that shoving thing on the river at these stakes is good or bad, or, you know. So yeah, definitely betting the flop here. That's a decent flop for ace 10. Jack 9 suited on the button. We have a recreational player in the big blind, so I think I can profitably flat this one. Ooh, yes, I like that one. So everyone checks here. I mean, I do have to bet this flop somehow. I think I have to bet pretty small. Whoops. Just to induce this guy to come along. And now we got both of them on the hook, which is nice. So yeah. Well, we have to start building a pot at some point. So we're going to raise it up. Not make it too big so this guy can actually still join along, and he does. That's going to be a big party, and I hope he just made a flush. I just seriously hope he has made a flush, and he has made a flush, yes. That's good, sir. Well, your flush is no good, sir, but you can still call. That would be nice. Well, we hadn't really topped up, so we cost ourselves a little bit of value there, but since we were in a shot, and we wanted to, whoops, hey, he had a flush, so we could have gotten more out of this hand by auto topping up before the hand. So auto top up is really important. Yeah, we're just gonna bet here. I think betting twice, he can put us on a flush draw, on a busted flush draw, and call with ace high. So from now on, I will have to stay topped up. There's just no way. We just have to increase our potential here. 8-9, I'm not going to defend. You know what? I'm going to book the win. I think booking the win is good for our confidence right there. We have to book a winning session now. And we kind of get the impression that we're moving forward while we're actually downswinging. Now we got aces in the end. Hope for a squeeze. No, nobody squeezes. So we'll just value bet and value bet again. And that's a nasty river, which we will have to check fold, I think. I mean, most likely hand he's calling us down with is a king. He can have queen jack, though. He can be bluffing with queen jack. Interesting. So since I'm actually blocking, so let me think about this. So he flatted pre-flop. He called flop, he called turn, and then on the river he suddenly pots it when I check. That's really close. This could be queen jack. Can also be a flush, and it can be a king, of course. But would he be potting a king when the flush comes in? I don't think. I think he's actually bluffing. I think I'm calling. Well, he has the nuts. That's that makes sense. That made sense. Yeah, potting that river. Maybe, you know, people are not bluffing that way. I don't know. But well, we were behind the whole time, so nothing we could do about this. Maybe check folding, that would have been better. Well, still, we booked a little bit of a win, which puts us at $525. We're moving forward. Slowly, steadily. Actually, that was a little bit of a mistake, right? I should be extending for another 5 minutes. Well, but I do want to book the win, so this time I'm not going to do it. I actually don't feel it was a mistake. I think my impression was that he might actually have a combination of Queen Jack or Ace Jack or Ace Queen. Since I didn't have the Ace of Diamonds. Is that hand in here? No, it's not. Well, let me see if I can get it up for you. Let me just check. Where's that hand? Here we go. So yeah, well, he flatted pre-flop, and then he called twice flop and turn, and then on the river he made a boat. I check and he pots it. So when he pots it, he's very much polarized in a sense that he either has a bluff or he has the nuts, because I don't expect him to be betting a king on that board too big, since he might be afraid of the flush. He might also be afraid of a better king. I don't see too many ace-king combinations. I have pocket aces, and you know, ace-king is usually 3-betting pre-flop. So all these kinds of thoughts, maybe they go out of the window at these stakes, because people just, when they hit their hand, they just pot, you know. I got my hand, pot, yeah, he calls, you know, and I'm like, too bad. Still, I figured he's pretty much polarized. He either has the nuts or a bluff, and there are a couple of bluffing combinations. Like, I don't have the ace of diamonds. There's queen jack out there. There's ace jack, ace queen with a diamond, without a diamond. Like, especially with a diamond, because I don't have it. If I didn't have the ace of diamonds, maybe I would consider not check calling or check folding more often. But, you know, there's a couple of draw combinations that busts out on the board like this. Jack 9, you know, those types of hands. And, you know, I'm not too unhappy with this hand, so I wouldn't consider it a mistake. Well, anyways, we're booking the win just to try and boost the confidence. 525. See you guys tomorrow in episode 43. Keep grinding it up.